Slide, please. So back in 2020, I first presented this slide to the commission to illustrate how our concept of marine protected areas, safeguarding an underwater wilderness has changed into safeguarding an underwater barren. The ocean is getting warmer and warmer, and our model of the ocean doesn't really apply anymore. Next slide, please. This old slide illustrates how we are just rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. As the ocean changes, we are trying in vain to prop up these suffering fisheries like Dungeness crabs, salmon, rockfish, and red urchins. Next slide, please. So to better understand this concept, I went to Las Vegas at the Luxor Hotel and took a look at the Titanic exhibition there. Next slide, please. They actually made a 3D model from a lot of pictures of the bow of the Titanic 2.6 miles under the surface. Next slide, please. So the mapped area in the bottom, the bow and the stern are very far apart. Like our fisheries, the Titanic was a race to the bottom. Next slide, please. The red urchin fishery is in steep decline, propped up by federal disaster relief. Next slide, please. The Casper Cove Volunteer Recreational Sea Urchin Experiment prohibited calling red urchins, and this resulted in a red urchin farm, which the red urchin fishers will harvest in 2029. The volunteer divers are like the workers feeding coal into the boilers as the Titanic slipped below the waves, sacrificing their own lives to keep the lights on so that more passengers could make it safely into lifeboats on a moonless night. Thank you. Good afternoon now. My name is Keith Rootsaert. I'm with the Giant Kelp Restoration Project. And in a previous meeting, the divers had petitioned to rename the MPA at the Avalon Dive Park after Dr. Bill Bushing. But he was not deceased for 5 years at that time. So this policy change that you're proposing eliminates naming places after people and asks to remove the names of local heroes from 2 Monterey Bay marine protected areas. So the contributions of individuals matter. And in this time with the criminal in the White House, we need individuals to become leaders. And we are proposing a new MPA at Tankers Reef, adjacent to the Ed Ricketts and Julia Platt MPAs that could be a great indigenous place name. And I think we should name places after local heroes and indigenous places, both. I bet the tribal communities love their heroes too. Thank you.
Ella Sullivan.
Okay, great. And so Keith, you're up at the podium. You're pre-approved for 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Next slide, please. So at the November MRC, we presented how our wide-ranging petition for kelp restoration was urgent, and we broke down our petition by priority. Next slide, please. So the 8 priority parts get us started harvesting this year in 3 SMCAs is now passed, but we will work within the existing MPA regulations while we wait. So next slide, please. So there's several B parts to this that can catch up to the A parts in the next year. Next slide, please. And this is the C priority parts that are just more complicated. It involves outplanting kelp, and we need to develop policy about what kind of kelp we need to outplant in these areas, so that can take additional time. And also artificial reefs is there too, and there's an OPC program to permit that sort of thing. Next slide, please. So our petition is the biggest petition on the Central Coast and the biggest in California. More than moving boundaries around, this is a comprehensive kelp restoration proposal, and we're already started. Next slide, please. So listening to the discussions at the meetings, it seems that some petitions may need to elevate to the committee of the whole. And while we really like the MRC and the format there, and the co-chairs are so helpful in facilitating that discussion, I don't like driving to Sacramento all the time. And so it'd be great if we could do this at this committee of the whole, and we could just do this all at one time, is my recommendation. But thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, David. And while we're waiting for folks to raise their hands, we do have the presentation from Keith Rootsaert. So since we know you're going to be speaking, go ahead and get you started.
All right. Get the slides up here. Slide presentation for this. There we go. So Keith Rootsaert, Giant Kelp Restoration Project. Next slide, please. So in Monterey, our earliest urchin barrens formed in 2015 in the Pacific Grove Gardens Conservation Area. From there, the urchin spread east to Tanker's Reef and west all the way to Morro Bay. The killer was in the house. In the MPA petition, oh, next slide, please. In this MPA, the urchin population bloomed while the kelp basically zeroed out. Next slide, please. So when the MPA was established here, the recreational fishing pressure quickly reduced the fish population. Fish observations actually increased when the kelp disappeared and the fish were more obvious and exposed, but since then the fishing has just been awful. Next slide, please. Fishing kills fish, right? Fish eat urchins and snails, and urchins and snails eat kelp. Kelp is habitat for fish. Don't take the fish in a kelp forest. Or you will give urchins and snails a benefit which is detrimental to kelp. Next slide, please. Fishers are not going to like this, but with kelp restoration must come protection from random, undocumented removal of functioning parts of a kelp forest ecosystem. We must protect perch, rockfish, bass, lingcod, sheephead, wolf eels, and lobsters. Next slide. That's all. Thanks.